Well, welcome, friends. I'm here again to do a little video. Today we're going to talk a little bit about drawing. Drawing is a real key to help you become a really good artist. We all probably need to practice more. There are several things that we can draw. We can draw anything. We draw our hand, we draw rocks. What's your favorite subject? Landscapes, whatever. And I'm calling this kind of learn from the details, but embrace simplicity. The simpler the better. Line is one of the simplest ways that I enjoy drawing, and I've got some that I'll show you later. First of all, I thought we'd go over, there's a myriad of materials that you can use. You can use a rock on another rock if you want to draw. You can draw in the dirt, but that's not what we're here for. You've seen these chalk artists that draw on sidewalks, and some that can draw waterfalls that look real, or a pool or something on some pavement, or that's an amazing thing to me. But I'm going to concentrate today on just sitting down and drawing either from life. You can put your own hand out and draw your hand on a piece of paper. Here's some of the equipment that I use. I don't use all of this. In fact, it's a lot. And mostly what I use is a dark carbon pencil, which is a lot like this right here. This is what I'm using. It's actually a lead pencil, and it's called an Alpha 245. I like this. It's very dark. Here's another one. This is called an ebony, and it's a black with extra smooth special black lead. What you'll need is an eraser. I use these, which are like smudge. They kind of make it easy to make your drawing smooth, and you can use it to shade. I've got a large one and a small one. You will need maybe a pencil sharpener. So let's go over some of this. Some people draw with brushes, some with felt pens, pencils, graphite, charcoal. You might need a knife, I don't know, sharpen. Some people like to have a long lead in their pencil and they just trim it off. A pencil sharpener, eraser, sandpaper. Sandpaper, I'm not sure what to use that for. Compass. No, this is a compass like that you draw circles with, and maybe a square, 45-degree triangle square of plastic. But anyway, that's just a few things. It's wide open. You can use whatever you want. One of the really important things that has helped me is trying to copy some of the old masters. Now artists have been doing this for eons of time, going to museums, sitting down and drawing what is already up there in a painting or a drawing of some kind. Now, what I did, I ran across this little book of drawings by Peter Paul Rubens. Peter Paul Rubens, you've heard of Rubenesque and those kind of things to describe his artwork. He was a very good draftsman. But what I did is go through here, and I found a couple of pictures that I thought I would try. One is Nicholas, who was his son, and this was done way back. This is actually in the 1600s. That's when he was and I don't know what they did. I mean, they probably used graphite, charcoal, who knows. But that's one, and what I did is I looked up that painting. This is not to the actual size. So I made me a copy of it. This is the copy I took out of the main book. And I researched this and found out what the actual size was. And it was in centimeters, 23.2 centimeters at the base, and 29.2 high. So that converted to 9 inches by 11.5 inches. So a good way to do this is to make a grid. I've got 4 squares and 4 squares this way. So we got these, and I made this to the original size in which he drew it in the beginning. Now, one thing we want to keep in mind as you're drawing, that really helps me, is negative space. Now, negative space is everything around the subject that's not part of the subject, but it still has shape. For instance, here, around the top of the hat here, this part over here is negative space. You can use this space and your imagination to say, is mine looking like that? Do I have the same percentage of negative space that this one has? We don't know until we start drawing and we find out. Now, we also want to make sure and keep in mind the eyes and the angles that really help you. You can draw an angle through the eyesight here, and you can tell you may want to do the same thing here, and you can draw. But the thing is, dark, where is it light? Where's the light that's shining on there? What's the values there? So anyway, this is a full size. I've started drawing up here. So I'm going to continue to do that for a while, and then we'll look at some other things that will help. Okay, this we can see here in this square, number 4, over here, that it takes up about maybe a fourth of the entire space. This is negative space in the square over here, the 4th square. So I'm here, and this is the bottom of the 4th square. So that comes on down into the square below it. Now it's almost starting at the halfway point, which I've got right here at this little point. So I'm going to be drawing that down, and then it comes down, this line here comes down to about halfway through the next block. So we'll come down to here, and then from this corner we're going to come out and go over into the next block here, circle this around, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we are, and we're coming around this curve here. And for the halfway mark here, this is about maybe a fourth from the top. 1, 2, 3, from here 1, 2, 3, 4. So that will give us a good point here to measure that by. Now up here I've started, and we're going just a little bit below there. Now This curve here is almost in the middle, the top of the curve of the hat right here. So we're going to start here and go over here, and we're going to come down almost to the corner of the next curve. Now, this also has a seam on it. I went too high on that one, so we got to go almost parallel here over to and beyond. See the distance up here, this little negative space right here? That's what I'm trying to duplicate in mine. But I'm drawing this as full size that Reuben might have done it then. So we keep on with this, and it goes into a real little point right here. So we don't want to go too far. We go here. Now then, we're going to come back, go up here. This is the rim, and you just kind of follow that and go along. And this is the bill of the cap. Should come in down here and go into this corner like that. Now then, Nicholas's hair line or bangs start almost on the line here and go up under the cap. So we're going to, from here, actually it's going to be about right here. So we're going to go up under the hat, and we're going to make this a rim here of the hat. Come over here to this right here. Now we can come over and start maybe drawing the hair here, and I like to get a little bit of perspective on here to see how this might look. Right here, this cap comes down to almost here, right here. So, right here, coming over to here. Right to there. Now, and you just keep on doing this kind of thing, and this is the third, and you want to come right across here, and this gets hidden here. This is where I'm at. I'm right here, and you see this line here. I want to go to this point, which is pretty much where I'm at. So we're coming on around, and then we run into part of the hat here. We're coming down like that. Okay, we got a pretty good start on this. If you keep that up, now you can see hair right here just above the halfway mark there. And it comes down like that. And it comes down like this and curls back about halfway right there. Now then, all right, we got the hair here, start over here, about the middle, and here's the eyebrow, coming around to the nose. Now the curve in the nose is almost on this line right here. So we want to come back up and make this line like that. And then we've got an eye over here. And keep in mind that when you're drawing, you want to make sure you're doing perspective. Actually I made this eye a little bit too round. It needs to be an oval because we're not looking straight on at that eye. And I'm checking my distance from this line, which is here, down to here, and where that eye ends up. Is it closer to this line or not? A little bit closer over here, and I can take this out. So anyway, it's really a good way to do this and make yourself a nice drawing by copying and see how the old masters did it. And got that little hat. Now we've got to go up here. That's the top. Then there's another one here. And this goes around. Actually, I got it a little bit tall, but that's okay. It comes around and comes down to here. And number 4, which is round. Okay, so this hat's starting to take shape. Here's some more hair. So we can progress on and finish this up. I've done one similar to this before, just for the practice. So I'll be showing you that and compare it to this drawing. I'm hoping that you saw that. Okay, this is a copy from the magazine or the book, and this is done to the size that Rubens had planned. So this is my copy of this, but this is to scale as he drew it. I've done others like this, and it's a great way to learn. And you can see, one thing that I struggled with was the eyes, like they're at an angle. So I took and I drew a little line through the center of the eyes and did the same thing here so I could get the angle and of his eyesight where he's looking out. So that part of it is pretty much what I wanted to show you. This is another example of Rubens, and I did the same procedure of calculating the original size that was in centimeters and converted it to inches. And this is the copy in the magazine or in the book that I actually I think this one was in I'm not sure, but I think I might have got this from some of the material about Rubens that I looked up, and I made a copy, made a grid, and the same way here. You don't see the grid so much because you can actually erase this after you're finished. Now there's some things that I wish that I had caught before. This eye seems to be a little bit this way too much. It's angled too much. But anyway, you can be your own art critic, but that is some of the stuff that I do to learn and sharpen my skills as an artist. So, there you go. These drawings are I executed while I was in class. This is all done from life. This gentleman was playing the guitar, and the class was asked to drawing. So this is all pretty much mine. Is I try to keep the lines, keep it done in a line drawing as much as possible, because with lines you can do almost the same things you can in certain cases with shading. Like, of course, under the collar you're going to have shadows under there, and this side of the face is going to be a little bit more darker. So that's one. This was an exercise in negative space. I mentioned that before. And this is a stool. And when we were drawing this, I was concentrating on the shape of the negative space in here, between the legs of the stool. So I did that with all of these shapes that you see here. It's negative space. That was a nice exercise. I like that. It really helps you develop spatial distances, angles, contrast, just about anything you want to think about as an artist. If you look at the negative space, it will really help you. This was a lady sitting on a stool working at her cell phone, and so we were asked to draw that. And again, line. And there's something about line that I learned early on when I started to get interested in art. And it was pointed out to me by a very intelligent and dedicated art teacher, and that it's like the thing that you see this line here and how it fades out. There's hard lines, but then like your finger here, it comes down, and then you've got this little line that comes here. Well, the contrast, or how dark it is a lot lighter here than it is in the shadow part. So you use the line to just kind of taper it off easy, because it doesn't go all the way up into the skirt or into the shirt. And so that that really helped me. And then you just keep working on your spatial skills. This was done some time ago with red pencil. This is what I had at the time, and a hill in the background, and I kind of got enthralled with this and wanted to do it. And that was one of my earlier drawings. Here's another line drawing of a lady model that we had. And again, here's what I was describing before with how the line is dark here. That's because in the fold of this garment, it's going to be a lot darker, but as it gets up and gets into where it's no longer folded, it gets thinner and thinner, and the line is a lot lighter. So you make your lines according to that. And this lady here is pretending that we're walking to town or somewhere. She's got her big purse there. I always enjoy drawing classes. Really spark your imagination and your creativity. Here's another lady, model. And here's one that is reclining in front of us. And so there you go. Thanks for watching my video, and we'll have more to come. Thank you.